The first step in setting up a inductive automation ignition project is to open up what's known as the ignition gateway. The ignition gateway allows us to set up any drivers that are required to connect to PLCs in the field, as well as many other functions that need to be set up in order to get different objects running once you finally get to the point of creating system screens. So for our first step, what I want you to do is open up a Google Chrome browser on your PC. And in the URL box up at the top, what I want you to do is type in localhost 8088. This is where the ignition gateway lives on your computer. Press enter. Okay, and you'll be met with a welcome screen from the ignition software. Over on the left-hand side, you're going to see three key tabs, one being home, then status, and configuration. Configuration is where we're going to go in order to set up the appropriate driver so that we can link the ignition software to our PLCs in the field. So click on the config icon. And you notice here I'm prompted with a login button. You may be as well. You may need to log into the system using the credentials that are included into the lab. Go ahead and type those in, both the, of course, username and password, and it'll take you to the next step. Okay, now that we're in the software, you're going to see, of course, all sorts of different links. And where I want to draw your attention is to the menu on the left-hand side. You're going to see a bunch of options categorized according to different headings. What I want you to do is scroll down to the OPC UA menu, okay, and then we're going to click on Device Connections. Under Device Connections, you're going to see I already have a series of controllers that I've connected to, but I want to add a new one. So of course what we're going to do is create new device. So this is going to be the method in which we use to connect to ControlLogic's processor in IMC. Okay, and then we are now presented with a fairly comprehensive list of the different types of processors that we can connect to in the field, be it Allen Bradley or Siemens or Mitsubishi, Modbus, and so forth. And from this list, what I want you to do is select the second option for Allen Bradley ControlLogics, and then we're going to scroll down, simply say next, and we need to provide our PLC that we're connecting to with a name. So what I'm going to say here is L71, okay, and I'm going to call this Area 1. And CLX for a title. You can do the same thing. Of course, you could also add in the work cell name of your processor. Okay, and under host name, now I need to type in the IP address of the PLC chassis that I'm connecting to. So mine's going to be 10.100.88.201 for testing purposes, and of course yours will be the IP address of the Ethernet card installed at your work cell. Let's scroll down. Say create new device. Okay, and now you're going to notice in alphabetical order our processor appears. Okay, and you notice it picked up right away. It's automatically connected, and at this point we've now established a direct connection to the PLC so we could actually start pulling data from it.